Hello fellow Sudokans and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku puzzle. It's Thursday the 14th of November 2024. I'm going to be playing a supplementary puzzle today. This is going to be the medium level puzzle from the New York Times. Nice to play the medium level puzzles. Some people prefer them to the harder level games, especially less experienced players. So I shall get on with that in a moment before I make a comment. Not specifically about the news, but about what I consider needs to be under public control. I was just reading an article about Brazil and power generation, etc., which made me think certain facilities absolutely have to be under public control, and one of those is really electric generation. I know since Thatcher and Reagan there's been this thing for privatization. Everything has to be market led, everything has to be controlled by the market knows best. It's absolute rubbish. There are certain things that need to be naturally controlled. One of those is power generation. Part of the reason is we have to be focusing on alternative power, greener power. I'm not going to say nuclear, but I'm talking about wind, solar, and wave power, of course. And these things have actually been incredibly successful. So successful, in fact, that the power that's generated from them is actually cheap now. And it's so cheap that investors don't want to invest in new sites because the return doesn't seem to be so great from them. But this is such an important national resource. And of course, we have to do everything we can to stop fossil fuels from being the main source of power generation. And so it's vitally important that countries invest in their own power generation and have control over that as well, and also can fix prices for energy. Prices within countries. Sometimes countries can export green power. I think the UK is in a position now where it can export green power as well. They've actually been doing quite well over the last decade or so. And this is really important, that it's not left to private companies who are just going to profiteer. Remember, power is an essential for modern life. I mean, just to live. I live in a country which is very hot. Well, it's been raining for the last 2 hours. I've managed to escape flood, but it's generally very hot. To live without air conditioning is almost impossible these days. Is it possible? Just vaguely possible. Almost unbearable, though, to be honest with you. So power is absolutely essential. Every country has its power needs. People in cold countries even more desperate than people in hot countries that need air conditioning. People in cold countries need heat. And of course, power for just everything, cooking and, playing Sudoku online. So I think that it's really important for governments to take control of power supply and to invest in building alternative power energy stations, green power energy stations. Energy plants, I guess, like power plants I should call them, I suppose. Right. Okay, let's get on with our game of Sudoku then. This is the medium level, as I said earlier, medium level New York Times Sudoku puzzle. We're going to start with 6s in this square here, because why not? We've got 3s blocking across here and 1 going up to the top, giving us a 3 in that square there. 3 blocking this square, and whee all along there gives me a 3 in that square there. I hear the chimes of Mini Big Ben again. That's my neighbour's clock. I think is broken. It tends to strike a couple of dongs and then gives up, whatever the time of day, I've noticed. 8s block across like this. That gives me an 8 there. 2, 3. I'm counting the dongs. So you probably can't hear them. I'm not sure if it got enough dongs to qualify as a working clock or not. But anyway, seems to have finished now. Okay, so 8 and 6 are in this block here. 8 and 6 are lacking from this right hand column. So what does it mean? It means 8 and 6 are definitely forbidden here. They have to go down there. So that's 8 and 6. So at least that gives us what has to go here. This is not 8 or 6, of course. It has to be 4 and 9. So the 4 blocking across here gives us a 4 there and gives us a 9 there. 9 all the way across here puts 9 into one of those two squares, blocking back, and 9 up there says this has to be a 9. And 9 going up here and up there gives us 9 in that square. We continue with the 9s blocking across, giving us 9 in this square. We've got 5 and 7 blocking across here. That means 5 and 7 are in those squares. And this has to be 1 and 2. And so this is not 1 or 2. It's 8. By the way, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. I know YouTubers bore you to death by saying subscribe to the channel, but we do it for a reason. I don't do it very often, but it does help enormously. Oh, okay, I've got a little something for you here. Quite interesting, I think. 6 blocks these two squares here. We don't have 6 in this column yet, so we know that 6 is down here. Now, we also have 6 in this block, and therefore we know that 6 is down here. So we've eliminated all of these 3 squares immediately, right? None of these 3 squares here can be 6. And we've got 6 blocking this square here, so in this row, that has to be a 6. And we'll go 6 up here, 6 up here, 6 up here. And there's a 6. Nice little play, that. I quite like that. Seven blocks across here. So 7 is down here in one of those two. 7 blocking up here. What do we know? 7 blocks these two squares. So 7 has to be in that square there. Three blocking here, here, and here in this row. So there's our 3. 3 down to the bottom, 3 down here, 3 across there, 3 in there. 3 across here, 3 across here, 3 down there, 3 down there. There's a 3. And goodbye, Mr. 3. You're out. All right, let's go around the clock. 4 across here and 4 down there, so we get 4 in that square. 4 down here for a 4 there. We also know that 4s are going to be in these squares. 5s are like this. 6s are... oh, what am I talking about? 6 blocking down there. 6s are there, excuse me. There and there, I should say. And there. And there. Very symmetrical kind of figure. That's not much good for us. Seven blocking across here, down here. So 7's in one of these two squares. Let's extend northwards. 7 up here. 7 westwards. Westward ho. There's a 7. 7 this way. 7 that way. There's a 7. Five blocks this square. So in this row, there's our 5. This has to be a 1. We're left here with 1 and 2. That's got to be a 1 or 2. And we also know that 5s have to be in those squares. In fact, we've got 5 blocking here, 5 blocking there. So there's our 5. So now the 1 and 2 will be like that. And this is going to be 1 or 2. And it certainly can be. No reason why not. And 1, 2 like that. So plenty of 1, 2 pairs around. Okay, let's go around again. 1 blocking down here and 1 across here gives 1 in one of these two squares. So we'll block back up, giving us 1 here. 8 blocks this square, so that's got to be our 8. And back down here for whatever it is that goes there. 5, I think it is. One blocking across here, so here's our 1, here's our 2. One blocking up there for a 1 here, 2 there. Two across here puts 2 into this square, 2 up there, 2 across there for a 2 in that square. Eight blocks up here for an 8 here and 9 left in that square there. 9 to the bottom, 9 across there. There's a 9. 9 this way, and down here. Should finish off the 9s? Yes. So 3 and 9 are out of the way now. 4 blocks this square. We don't have 4 in this row. Let's put it there, pal. This will be a 2. I can hear my neighbour's son talking to their cat. It's amazing the way humans talk to cats. Like they can understand everything. I do it with mine, so I'm not criticising. 7 blocks down here. There's the 7. 4 blocks across here. Here's the 4, and the last number here is a 1. 1 across here and down there. Says that this must be a 1, and the last number to place here is 6. Hey, what happened there? Something didn't... I must have hit the wrong key. 1 there, 6 there. 6 across, 6 down. There's a 6. 8, I believe, is the last number. We had down 6, 8 in that block, if you remember, from the beginning, putting 8 and 6 into those squares. 8 blocks across here, there's the 8. Last number here is 5. 5 across here puts 5 in that square. The last numbers here are 7 and something, 2. No help on 2 or 7. Let's get this digit up here first of all. That's got to be a 4. And then 4 blocking up there will give us final digit 4. Missing numbers here are 6 and 1. 1 across there, there's our 1, there's our 6. 6 back that way for a 6 here. 5 is our last number there. 5 blocking up here and across there. There's a 5. Last number to place here is 7. 1 down here gives us a 1 there, and the last number here 2. 2 down here for a 2 there. And we finished this evening's grid with a 7. Thank you for joining me. Remember to keep sane, do things you enjoy, talk to people you love, and play Sudoku to while away the time. That's it. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.